Green Lantern Corps, power of will. But here's where it all truly begins. The most iconic of them all. The Green Lantern Corps. Created by the Guardians of the Universe, this isn't just a team. It's basically an intergalactic police force, covering every corner of space through a sector system. At the center of it all is Oa, their home base, powered by a massive central battery and the living entity of will itself, Ion. And yeah, humans made the cut too. Hal Jordan is the standout name. Give a Green Lantern a ring, and suddenly they can create anything. Constructs, shields, flight, you name it. But here's the real question. How strong is your will when it actually gets tested? Yellow Lantern Corps. Fear. And here's where things flip completely. The Yellow Lantern Corps, led by Sinestro, a former Green Lantern who went rogue, runs on fear. Powered by the entity Parallax, they believe fear isn't evil. It's necessary. Control people, dominate them, and you get order. That's their logic. They don't inspire, they terrify. Intimidation, cruelty, psychological pressure. And the scary part? They genuinely see themselves as the heroes. Red Lantern Corps. Rage. But wait, this is where it gets brutal. The Red Lanterns are pure rage, born from pain and loss. Atrocitus created them after watching his entire world get wiped out. Their power comes from the Butcher, the embodiment of anger itself. This isn't controlled power, it's chaos. No clean constructs, just violent, explosive energy. It's raw, emotional destruction, fueled by blood magic and nothing else. Orange Lantern, avarice. And then, there's greed. Pure, endless greed. The Orange Lantern isn't a core, it's just one being. Larfleeze, Agent Orange. He doesn't share, he doesn't recruit. He hoards everything. Powered by the Ophidian, he turns greed into power by creating an entire army. Constructs made from the identities of those he's killed. Think about that. An army. That's literally stolen lives. That's what greed looks like unchecked. Blue Lantern Corps. Hope. Just when things feel completely dark, hope shows up. The Blue Lantern Corps, founded by Ganthet and Sade, runs on pure hope. St. Walker was the first to carry that light. On their own, they're not that powerful. But around others, that's where they shine. They amplify every other lantern's abilities, heal wounds, and even cleanse emotions. They don't fight harder. They make everyone else stronger. Indigo Tribe. Compassion. And this part feels different. Almost spiritual. The Indigo Tribe isn't a core. It's more like a quiet, mysterious community. Led by Indigo One and created by Nostromo, they channel compassion. They carry staffs instead of rings, living almost like a tribe. But here's the twist. They can mimic other lantern powers. Because when you truly understand someone's pain, you can connect to everything they feel. White Lantern Corps. Life. And then comes the one that stands above everything else. The White Lantern Corps represents life itself, the complete opposite of death. It's not just one emotion, it's all of them combined into something bigger. Hal Jordan touched this power, but Kyle Rayner mastered it. This ring can create life, heal, even bring the dead back, and yeah, it can use every lantern ability at once. That's not power, that's creation itself. Gray Lantern, sadness. But here's where things take a darker, quieter turn. The Gray Lantern wasn't supposed to exist. It came from a broken spectrum, something out of balance. Nathan Broom, known as the Sorrow, became its bearer after heartbreak literally reshaped his reality. This power feeds on grief. Not anger, not fear, just pure sadness. His constructs aren't solid. They're like smoke, heavy, suffocating, and worse, he can make others feel that same emptiness. Not destroy them, just drain them. Ultraviolet Lantern Corps. Hidden emotions. And this one, most people don't even see coming. The Ultraviolet Corps taps into emotions you hide. Shame, self-hate, everything buried deep. Controlled by Umbrax, a living black sun. It doesn't choose you, it infects you. No rings here, just tattoos burned onto your skin. Even legends like Sinestro and John Stewart got pulled in. It's not a core, it's a trap you don't realize you're already in. Gold Lantern Corps. Unknown power. Now this is still a mystery. The Gold Lantern exists way out in the 31st century, where everything has changed. The Guardians? They've evolved into something else entirely. Beings called the Elders of OA. Kalalor becomes the first Gold Lantern, wielding powers like transmutation and pure energy control. But here's the thing, no one really knows where this fits. It might not even belong to the spectrum at all. Phantom Ring. All emotions. And just when you think you've seen it all, this shows up. The Phantom Ring, created by the Guardian Rami, doesn't stick to one emotion. It lets you tap into all of them. Sounds perfect, right? It's not. Frank Leminski used it, and the constant emotional shifts nearly destroyed him. It's unstable, unpredictable. Because controlling one emotion is hard. Controlling all of them at once, that's a different level of danger. Volthoom, First Lantern Origin. And this is where everything truly began. Volthoom, a scientist from Earth-15, unlocked the full spectrum using the Travel Lantern. Becoming the first Lantern, he controlled all emotions, but the overwhelming power drove him insane, forcing the Guardians to stop him. Ring of Volthoom, Earth-3 Power Ring. But his story didn't end there. A piece of Volthoom's soul was turned into something else, a twisted version of a lantern ring. This one didn't run on willpower. It fed on fear. In Earth-3, a world where everything is reversed, that ring chose its user, Power Ring, basically a corrupted version of Hal Jordan. Same abilities, same constructs, but driven by anxiety, doubt, and weakness. And it didn't stop with one. These rings were mass-produced, forming the Emerald Knights. An entire force built on fear instead of will. Multiverse variants and Golden Age lanterns. And if you think lanterns are all about rings, think again. Back in the Golden Age, Alan Scott was the original Green Lantern, but his power didn't come from the spectrum. It came from the Starheart, a mystical force. Same with Vladimir Sov, powered by the Crimson Flame. No core, no emotional entities, just raw, ancient magic. Across the multiverse, there are countless variations like this, lanterns without rings, without rules, proving the idea of power goes way beyond the spectrum. Omega Lanterns. Now this part gets complicated. Omega Lantern isn't a fixed title. It's something certain characters become under extreme circumstances. Kyle Rayner reached it when his emotions were pushed to the limit, caught between impossible choices. Jessica Cruz absorbed Omega energy after Darkseid's attack and came back different. And Roy Harper, he became something even darker, a mix of Black Lantern resurrection and Darkseid's control. This isn't just power. It's what happens when power breaks you. Crossover rings. And yeah, things get a little wild outside the main universe. In one crossover, the Planet of the Apes introduced a universal ring, cycling through every emotion at once. Over in Star Trek, Scotty tried replicating lantern tech, creating Starfleet rings with force fields and energy blasts. And somehow, even Colonel Sanders got a ring in a KFC crossover. Sounds ridiculous, but it shows one thing. This power concept is so strong, it works anywhere. Hybrid lanterns. But here's where things really start breaking the rules. Hybrid lanterns, users wielding multiple rings, are incredibly powerful but wildly unstable. Hal Jordan amplified strength with green and blue, while Razor balanced red and blue. Kyle Rayner stands above all, chosen by every ring, embodying the entire emotional spectrum itself. Villain rings. And of course, not all rings are meant to protect anything. Some are straight up dangerous. The Dark Star ring taps into necromancy, raising the dead as weapons. The Source Lantern ring channels power from an entire organization's energy core. Then you've got the Starbreaker rings, used by beings that literally drain emotions from the universe like vampires. Vandal Savage even wielded the Great Darkness through a ring, trying to rewrite history itself. And the Starband? A simple-looking device that works almost exactly like a lantern ring. Different origins, same outcome, power, without limits or mercy. Anti-Green Lantern Corps. And long before multiple Corps existed, there was a darker experiment. The Anti-Green Lanterns, created on Quard in the antimatter universe. Their rings didn't just fight, they erased positive matter instantly. They didn't last long, but they laid the groundwork for something bigger, what would eventually become the Yellow Lantern Corps. Rival teams, Dark Stars and Manhunters. But lanterns weren't the Guardians' first idea. The Manhunters came first. Robot enforcers that went rogue and massacred entire sectors. Then came the Dark Stars, using powerful suits instead of rings. Both failed in their own way. And that's what led to the creation of the Green Lantern Corps, Third Army. And somehow, they still didn't learn. The Guardians created the Third Army, organic, mindless beings designed to remove free will completely. No emotions, no chaos. But yeah, it failed. Badly. Clones, artificial rings, and miscellaneous. And then you've got the weird stuff. Bizarro lanterns, twisted copies of real heroes. Oblivion, created from Kyle Rayner's own power. and even scientists trying to recreate rings artificially. Not all power comes naturally. Sometimes it's forced. Other unique rings and characters. And finally, some of the strangest cases out there. Rainbow Girl can access the entire spectrum without a ring, but can't control her emotions. Color Kid changes colors, surprisingly useful. Then there's Legion flight rings, and even the Flash has one, just to store his suit.